Me and my husband had got into it so bad, so bad. A friend of mine, her husband died, and I was wishing it was my husband that had died. That's how bad it was.
Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry.
Hello ladies, welcome back to another video. Girl, man, when to say goodbye? When to say goodbye? You know, I was watching this story of this couple here in Georgia. Girl, Appling County here in Georgia. And girl, when I tell you, knowing when to say goodbye. You know, this couple was so toxic. But anyway, let me open the vlog first. My name is Ivy. This channel is Women's Life with Ivy. If you're new here, hey, boo.
May you do it for a night, only one night though.
And if you're returning, hey, boo.
I shook a stress one night, let the tears fall down one night, only one night though.
So, yeah, you know, my spirit is high within, right? My spirit is high. But when I think about this couple, you know, and right before he unalived her, they was fussing, but they were smiling and laughing too. You just never know what's gonna push a person over the edge. You know, and she talked about in the video how he, you know, beat her, and how, you know, she was cheating on him and he was cheating on her.
I'm not responsible for your gambling. I even told him, like, I sent money out of my son's savings account to my sister because they got the same kind of bank. So I did bank to bank. So I'm telling her, like, this my son money. You gonna as soon as we leaving the port, y'all, this nigga start like a whole big attitude. I'm like, damn, anybody even did? We're just chilling, wood vibing.
It was so much going on in this live that I couldn't even play it all. But just know, baby, when it's time to go, it's time to go. Everything is kiki and ha-ha until stuff gets serious. Because this behavior is behavior they've been exhibiting, I'm sure, their whole relationship. It seemed like it was just made on chaos and confusion.
I swear you'll die. Dad, I gotta die like that? You told my damn. I gotta die if I tell what happened? Give me my phone. That's crazy, y'all. I ain't really gonna die behind this, so y'all won't know that tea right now. Give me my phone. Mark done got quiet. Where he at? He right here. He getting mad. He don't like the truth coming out.
If you in a relationship and things is toxic and, you know, that's how you get a thrill, baby, it's gonna be some devastation that's gonna come as an ending result. You know, that is not a healthy relationship. You know, if you are in a relationship where you don't have boundaries, you don't have respect, you don't have love, self-preservation, baby, you in for a world of trouble. That literally, and I never heard of them, the Facebook, he was live on Facebook, and he had did some time in jail. She, you know, they had just had a baby. So now the babies are gonna grow up without their parents. You know, and social media is like a staple. They can grow up and just see the story on their mother and their father. You know what I'm saying? He was saying that she gave him something, a STD. She was saying that he gave it to her. It was just a whole big mess. You know, and I just hate that it came to that it came to both of them losing their life. You know, and it puts me on reserve when I think about a relationship. You know, I know I joke, I laugh. If y'all watch my other channel, I like to flirt. But baby, getting into a relationship, because see, the first time you hit me, I'm going to try to unalive you. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I just am. It ain't no, I'm sorry. It ain't no. My first reaction is going to be to pick up something and knock the mess out of you. That's going to be my first reaction. I'm just going to tell you. So, I'm not excited. I'm not excited about getting into a relationship. I'm not. I end up seeing my husband, and when I seen him, he acted like everything was everything, like nothing happened. You talking about narcissistic behavior. I'm talking about I ain't talked to him in 2 months. He ain't answer my texts, he ain't answer my phone calls, nothing. But then I see you and you want to hug and you think everything is all right. You skinning and grinning. Baby, no ma'am. I ain't got time to play those games. I know when it's time to walk away. And even though we've been separated, we still was dealing with each other. I go over there and eat, and, he's been over here once. But ma'am, enough is enough. Enough is enough. And I'm not saying our relationship was toxic to that point. It was toxic. Don't get me wrong. It was. It had its moments of toxicity. I'm going to tell you the truth. So when I think about, I remember me and my husband had got into it so bad. A friend of mine's, her husband died. And I was wishing it was my husband that had died. That's how bad it was. At that moment, it was time to walk away. At that moment, it was time. And I stayed a couple more years after that, But just seeing that couple is so disheartening because he unalived her. Then the police was chasing him or some sort of whatever. And he ended up unaliving himself. How do you come back from that? You can't. You can't. Death is final. It ain't no do-over. It ain't like the movies where they say cut and everybody get up and go on about their way. When you unalive somebody, that is real life and they're not coming back. So it just makes me feel some type of way. And it makes me just take a deeper look at my relationship with my husband and me seeing him the other day and he act like everything was everything. Sir, did you take your meds today? Because it's given I didn't take my meds. That's what it's given. Girl, I looked at him like he had 3 heads. I said, sir, you can't be serious. You just can't. I'm not staying in a relationship to put on a show for nobody. Because I remember when me and my husband got married, people said, y'all got married? You and him? Oh, you gonna kill him? That's what they said. Because they know me. I ain't just started telling the truth about me, baby. I've been telling the truth about me. You know what I'm saying? And so, with me and him, things was what it was. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to God that it didn't end the way that couple's relationship ended. Because that was horrible. Horrible for that relationship to end like that. What gives you the right to think you are the judge and you decide who live and who don't? What gives you that right? This was a mother. I don't know what I did with my tissue. For anybody out there that's watching me, if you just coming across my channel for the first time, if you are in a situation, whether it's a marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, and you are not being treated with the utmost respect, this goes for men and women, right? But this is a women's channel. If you are not being treated with respect and being valued as the person that you are, you need to leave. You do. I hate to say it. I'm not an advocate for divorce, but baby, I do not want to see another story of the story I seen with this man and this woman. And everything was so catty. Like they just was nitpicking and pushing each other's buttons. If you are the type of person that pushes your mate's buttons, stop. Because you don't know what's going to take a person over the edge. I was watching this movie, Straw. And this movie, Straw, that could be any of us. When you push to the limit, I'm talking about like you doing the best you can with what you got, and it just ain't working. I seen that movie. That movie is real life for so many people. So many people. You know, she was in a bank and she was just trying to cash her check. And she was like, what you giving me all this money for? I just want my $521. You know, and then she shot her boss and, you know, just freaking out in that moment. Life will show up, and if you do not show up for it, it will take you out of here. And I don't mean just physically take you out of here. I mean mentally. Mentally, it will take you out of here. You know, so I just wanted to touch bases on relationships and how being single is not a bad idea. I'm not saying I don't want to be in a relationship, because I do. But I'm just treading lightly. That's what I'm doing. I'm treading lightly because I do not want to be a statistic on either end of that spectrum. And you just never know what the type of individuals. You have very good people in the world, and you have very bad people. Baby, right now in my life, I don't have the time to decipher. So, I'm going to stay. I'm married now. When the divorce come, and after that, I'll be single, you know. I got some people that's looking, that's trying to get their little interview in. And I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want to lead anybody on, you know. So I'm real clear in the conversations that I have with men today, you know. Regardless of what their intentions are, I know what mine are. And I need to tell you, and I need to let you know up front. You know, it's time out for playing games. You know, I look at these girls, you know, because I'm a news girl, like I say, and I look at these girls being unalived because they're looking for a come up. They're looking for somebody to take care of them. Baby, if you got to give up something, baby, it's not going to be for the good. If you using your body is the only currency you have, you're going to have some problems. It might start out good, but you're going to have some problems. Let me just tell you, look, I'm a grandmother, I have a daughter, I have granddaughters. You're going to have some problems. The same thing I'm telling you, I tell them. I tell them. You know, don't think I haven't had these conversations with my daughter, because I have. Yeah, you pretty, but don't let that be your only currency. It just disheartens me, you know, to see where this generation is at this time. And not to say that stuff like this wasn't going on back in the day, but baby, it's so prevalent now. It's like the new norm. It's the new norm. So anyway, I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all. If you feel like you need to leave, baby, I will have a number on here to domestic violence. If you need that number, use it. If you're gonna leave, don't tell him. Don't. And don't go back. Girl, I know I laughy and jokey, but baby, this is just one of them videos that really make you pause. It makes you pause. The walk away wins every time. I love you all. Until next time, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to see you in the next video. You want to hear me talk about something? Leave it in the comments. And I got you, girl. All right. I love you. Bye.
You can never be what I am, but as long as you and me, that's what it's gonna be.